The 57-2582 air intake system is guaranteed to increase horsepower on 2011 to 2014 Ford F-250, 350, 450, and 550 Super Duty diesel models with the 6.7-liter V8 engine. It uses a custom aerodynamically engineered roto-molded intake tube and a custom heat shield, designed to help isolate the intake air from engine heat. It features an original K&N black powder-coated metal-topped high-flow air filter and comes with the K&N 10-year million-mile limited warranty. K&N also makes intake systems for this specific vehicle as a Blackhawk induction intake system with black powder-coated mandrel-bent aluminum air intake tube and black synthetic oil-free air filter. Check KNfilters.com for a complete and up-to-date list of models this air intake fits. With the 57-2582 intake installed on a 2011 Ford F-250 Super Duty diesel with a 6.7-liter V8 engine, K&N power testing showed an estimated power gain of 11.92 horsepower at 2,700 RPM and 22.44 pound-feet of torque at 2,045 RPM. Actual results will vary depending on the condition of the vehicle, mileage, weather, and other variables. You can really see and hear the difference the K&N air intake system will make to your truck. This intake comes with all components needed for an easy installation, along with detailed installation instructions. The tools needed are shown. Start by turning off the ignition and disconnecting the negative battery cable. Release the red locking tab, disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection, and unhook the wiring harness from the airbox. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the intake tube to the upper airbox. Release the 4 upper airbox retaining clips. Remove the upper airbox housing from the vehicle. Unhook the coolant hoses from the intake plenum and remove the bolt securing the plenum to the engine fan shroud. Unhook the coolant pipe from the intake tube. Loosen the hose clamp that secures the intake tube to the engine inlet. Remove the intake tube from the vehicle. Remove the bolt securing the lower airbox to the battery tray. Remove the lower airbox from the vehicle. Remove the 2 bolts that secure the airbox mounting bracket to the core support and inner fender. Remove the airbox mounting bracket from the vehicle. Unhook the wiring harness from the fresh air intake duct. Remove the 5 bolts and 1 pushpin securing the front of the inner fender panel, and then pull the inner fender panel back to gain access to the bottom of the fresh air intake duct. Remove the 2 clips shown that retain the bottom of the fresh air intake duct. Remove the pushpin securing the top of the fresh air intake duct. Unhook the wiring harness secured to the core support through the fresh air intake duct. Remove the fresh air intake duct from the vehicle. Secure the inner fender to the vehicle with the original hardware removed earlier. Install the 2 heat shield standoffs onto the heat shield using the provided hardware. Install the filter adapter into the heat shield using the provided hardware. Install the factory airbox mounting bracket onto the heat shield so that the mount standoffs installed previously snap into the factory mounting grommets. Install the provided edge trim onto the heat shield. Set the heat shield assembly into position and secure with the factory mounting hardware removed previously. Install the silicone hump hose onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Attach the provided gasket onto the mass air sensor adapter. Remove the 2 screws securing the mass air sensor into the factory airbox and then remove the sensor from the airbox. Install the mass air sensor into the K&N mass air sensor adapter and secure with the provided hardware. Install the mass air sensor assembly into the K&N intake tube and secure with the provided hardware. Install the provided silicone hose all the way onto the K&N intake tube so the end of the tube is exposed. Install the intake tube into the silicone hose attached to the filter adapter and align the tube with the factory intake. Slide the silicone hose onto the factory intake and secure the tube with the hose clamps. Secure the coolant pipe to the insert on the K&N intake tube with the provided mounting tie wrap. Install the coolant hose bracket onto the fan shroud using the provided hardware. Secure the two coolant hoses with the provided mounting tie wraps. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Secure the mass air sensor wiring harness to the AC recharge pipe with the provided tie wrap. Remove the filter minder from the factory upper airbox. Install the filter minder with the provided grommet into the K&N air filter. Feed the K&N air filter top first into its location, then rotate it back and install it onto the filter adapter. Secure the air filter with the provided hose clamp. Install the provided edge trim onto the heat shield lid. Attach the heat shield lid onto the heat shield and secure it with the provided hardware. Lastly, reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double-check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle, and check periodically for realignment, clearance, and tightening of all connections. Failure to follow the installation instructions or proper maintenance may void your warranty. Visit KNfilters.com to search for products by vehicle, dimension, cross-reference, or even vehicle identification number. You can also quickly look up the other products available for your car, truck, or motorcycle, including high-flow air filters designed to increase horsepower, wrench-off oil filters that are easy to remove, and our new washable cabin air filters that will help keep the inside of your car fresh and clean. Make your move to K&N. Superior airflow, superior performance.